Okay, it is my pleasure to be joined by Jared Brooks just a few days out from your strawweight title rematch with Joshua Pacio at 166. Literally a couple of hours before I'm speaking to you now, we had the press conference. I think you must have taken up about half of the mic time overall. You had a lot of things to say, and it did become the Brooks show, which I think a lot of people assumed it would be. How are you feeling after the presser? Like, were you able to gain anything extra for this fight week from coming face to face with Joshua again?
I always size up everybody, fight week. It doesn't matter if they're a regular person walking around the hotel or they're other fighters, stuff like that. So, Joshua Pacio just came in today. So, getting to see his face, getting to size him up again was an amazing feeling. And I got to get into his head just a little bit more. And, I don't think that the press actually wanted me to answer any questions because they knew it was going to be the Jared Brooks show and they wanted to focus on Anatoly and the Ritter. But Anatoly's an amazing fighter, and so is the Ritter, and so is everybody on that card. From the Tongs, Tong Kai, and then you got Tong Lee. All those guys are amazing, and you even got you got Z. He's the boxer on the card. He's from England as well. So I got to chill with him the whole week. Super fucking cool. I love my English blokes. They're fucking awesome. Um, yeah, it was really cool. But going into that press conference, I already knew what my ideal was, and it was to go in and just dominate, and that's what I do. I dominate inside and outside of the circle.
You'd said that this was, kind of the real main event, the people's main event, right? I'm curious because of you felt that the fight the first time around was decisive in your favor. I felt the same. Like, if this had been up to you to pick your opponent for your first title defense, would you have picked this rematch, or would it have been something different? Because I imagine it's quite hard to get motivation back to go back into another training camp to fight this guy when you already feel like you beat him pretty convincingly the first time around.
I don't think his Filipino Cuyas even thought that he deserved a reshot at the title. I think that they knew that I beat him definitively. I think that one championship, they just see a lot of star power in him still. He's only 28 years old, and he has a lot of Filipino support. And I went into the Philippines with love, and I got some love back, but I didn't get all the love, and that's what I want, bro. I want all the love anywhere that I go, and if they don't reciprocate, then you get the monkey god. You don't get Jared Brooks.
Were you impressed by his performance against Mansa Malachiev? Of course, that's the only MMA fight that has happened, with either of you guys since that first fight. So it's kind of the only thing that we've got to go on apart from the first time you guys met. And I think that he did show some things in that fight that could play a factor in this one. So I'm sure you would have been watching closely. Like, what was your assessment? Do you think he looked much better in that fight than he did against you?
Listen, man, I pay attention to my whole division very, very closely. And I watched Mansour Malakaev, and it wasn't about Mansour Malakaev with Joshua Pacio. It was about Mansour Malakaev against Yosuke Saruta. And Saruta got knocked out by Joshua Pacio twice. And Saruta, I thought, beat Malakaev better than uh, Joshua Pacio did. And Joshua Pacio, the only reason why he ended up winning that fight is because he got one catch, and that was in an undominant position. He was on bottom. So I do think that Josh is going to be working a lot more, was working a lot more on his boxing and trying to fight me. But to be honest, man, I really wasn't impressed with his performance, and I think that I'm just gonna dominate him even more. But styles make matchups, man. Mansour is a little bit taller. He has a nice jab. He walks like a zombie. Both of them walk like zombies coming forward. They don't have too much footwork. So hopefully Joshua comes into this fight and he uses his footwork, so it's a little bit easier for me to take him down and submit him. But if he tries to stay on the feet and tries to stay flat footed like he was last time, I think that I'll eat him alive on the feet because I've been working the past year and a half on my striking and just developing my all around skills. And I think that I am truly the best 125 pounder on earth in the UFC, one championship, all the way around, bro. If Ryzen, it doesn't matter. I know I'm smaller, and that's what makes people think that I'm beatable or something like that. But like, only person that has ever beat me is Davison Figueiredo, which that was not even a loss in my personal opinion. I thought I beat him pretty definitively too, but it was in Sao Paulo in his backyard, so that's my fault. And I knocked myself out. Yeah, bam. Everybody wants to give me shit still for knocking myself out, and it's like, bro, you know, I'm the only person that beat me, so the fuck, you're gonna shit on me for that? And I think that watching even Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval in that last fight, I was just like, they both look super slow. They looked like they. I mean, and I'm not saying that like Muhammad Makayev, Teatu Tiara, there's guys out there that are really good that are still younger on the cups. But do I think that I could beat the shit out of them right now? Yeah, they're at my level, bro. And the way that I move and the way that I adjust in every fight, I don't think that anybody's going to be able to touch me, including Joshua Pacio on March 1st.
The first fight, you kind of touched on it briefly then. I think that the biggest surprise for a lot of people was that it ended up with you getting the better of him on the feet, and his takedown defense was very good. I mean, ultimately, it didn't win him the fight, so it's hard to, weigh up how much credit you give him for that because you still outstruck him. But in terms of going into this second fight and approaching it, I'm sure that would have been a huge part, like you said, working on your striking not only, but then also, making those tweaks. Going into the rematch and stuff. Like, were you surprised by his takedown defense the first time around? I mean, like I said, you got the job done regardless, so props for that. But I'm sure that would have been a big part of the game plan going in.
Yeah, I was surprised by it, but at the same time, after the first time feeling him and his takedown defense, I knew that I had to make proper adjustments, and those adjustments played towards what I wanted to do, and that was eat him alive on the feet, and that's what I did. He hit me maybe like 5 times in that fight. His face was bloody, mine wasn't. So, pictures speak louder than words, and the commentators and everybody in One Championship, they absolutely love the guys. So they were being pretty one sided on the commentation. So it made Joshua Pacial look like his takedown defense was way better than it actually was. I took him down definitively in the fifth round and in the fourth round pretty easily. So when he gets tired, it just shows me that the takedowns are going to be there. He's going to move his feet a lot more in this fight, which is going to play a key factor in me getting my takedowns. And I've worked a lot on getting the back. So when I do get the back, I know that I can finish this time because I've been working on my hand traps. I've been working on, going back and forth and trying to get chokes and other submissions as well. So yeah, I'm not really too worried about what Joshua Pacio is bringing to me. He better be worried about what I'm bringing to him because I'm only focused on my game plan in beating him.
Without looking past Pasio this Friday, you are not the kind of guy that tends to keep quiet about what you want out of your career. And the run that you put together on the way to the strawweight belt, beat a few of the top contenders there. And you said that you watch, all of the people that are in and around the mix at the top of the division. How much do you see in terms of challenges outside of this fight? If you beat Paso for a second time, I think a lot of people view kind of you and him as kind of the final bosses in this division, given the fact that you two between each other have beaten pretty much everybody else. So is there a whole lot left for you, do you think, in the strawweight division?
Look, dude, One Championship pays me really well. Like really, really well. I get paid, let's just say I get paid more than Henry Cejudo his last fight, right? So
That's a big claim. I mean, I don't know how much Cejudo makes, but I would imagine it's pretty high.
so it doesn't matter who they put me up against. If they put me up against strawweights, then that's easy money, bro. You keep on giving me those strawweights that I've already beat, or people that are hanging with those guys that I've dominated. But if they want to put me up on flyweight, I'm not afraid of anybody, bro. I went against Mikey Musumeci. They were probably figuring that he was gonna break my foot or break my toe or something like that. But I did a lot better than people thought, and I'm not dumb. I tapped. I got dominated by Mikey. I'm not gonna lie. The guy's fucking great. He's legendary in his sport. But dude, I'm just looking forward to a great matchup. I'm wanting somebody to dominate me in mixed martial arts so I can get better, right? So if they do want to give me a strawweight, that's easy money. But if they want to put me up to flyweight, put me up against Reese McLaren, put me up against Demetrius Johnson is the number 1 person that I want to fight, period, because it puts my name on a pedestal compared to other people, and it gives me a new wave of generation for me to fight as well. And it gives me the respect that I've always deserved. I mean, I've been fighting for 14 years, bro, and the game hasn't loved me like I've loved the game. So beating Demetrius Johnson, I think that that would give me the love that I deserve. But I fight Reese McLaren all day. I would fight Yuya Wakamatsu. I would fight Adriano Moraes. Me and Adriano has some beef. We used to train. I understand that you're not supposed to talk about training partners and how you beat them in training or whatever. But I mean, dude, I was beating Adriano pretty bad at American Top Team when I was training with him, and that was a while back. Whatever, he beat Demetrius Johnson. But I would love to mix it up with all of those guys. And even though I am a small strawweight, I don't cut weight. I'll still beat all them weight bullies. All them weight bullies. Even if you're 150, I'll still beat your ass. Davison Figueiredo, when I fought him, was 149 pounds. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he was cutting to 25, not 35. But I think I could still put my hat in there and compete with some of the best flyweights.
Well, I look forward to it, man, and thank you for your time. All the best for the fight, and yeah, I'll hopefully catch up with you sometime after. But yeah, this should be a banger. I'm so happy we're finally getting it. So yeah, good stuff, man.
Love the name. Keep it up, bro. You're a killer. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Catch you later.